So, I've just watched Hamnet, and I think it's a fantastic movie. But I have a tiny little critic for it today. First of all, the very first scene of the movie. Who would have thought, right? So, in this first scene, we get to know that William Shakespeare is actually a Latin tutor and is tutoring some boys. And I don't know, it's a fun fact for me. I had no idea that Shakespeare was a Latin tutor. I mean, it kinda suits him. But at the same time, this doesn't really matter for a movie. And it matters in a way that it lacks something else. Because we only have one scene of so-called Shakespeare's process of creative writing, of creating his works. And it happens when he's completely drunk and he's basically chained to a table and refuses to go to sleep because he has to write. And this was literally like the first time we really saw him writing, and the only time also. So I would really like to watch some more scenes to make it more natural, because in this configuration it felt a little bit out of place, honestly. If I had to say what Hamnet is about, I would say it's about Fatum and can it be defeated? Can it be defeated? And if so, in what way? So there's this black hole in the ground, kinda like looking like a cave, with a lot of music and sound signaling a bad fate whenever it appears on the screen. And it basically like informs us, this family, William and Agnes, will have some bad fate. And you know, when I was watching those, I felt it's basically a ripoff of Dark, but Dark did it a little bit better. Dark, the German TV series. But again, you know, it's just because like I've watched it and people who didn't don't find it a little bit annoying. It is just a little bit annoying because I think Dark did it better, simply put. Also, there's this scene where William Shakespeare is coming back rapidly to his household from London, and it felt completely out of place because the director, Chloe Zhao, has made contemporary minimalistic this raw movies, I would say. Nomadland is a notable example, and it worked. And she also like translated her language into Hamnet, which made this very rough viewing, I would say. But this one scene of William coming back very quickly was more like from Lord of the Rings, and it really again felt out of place, because you either should put some more scenes of this type or don't put them at all. Like, doing just one is a really bad idea, and because of that I felt out of place. But again, it's nothing major. What could be major, however, this like literally one thing, is that the weakest link of this movie is actually the director, Chloe Zhao. Her minimalistic style works really, really well in this contemporary near documentary cinema. But when it comes to telling some historic stories, then maybe you should use some more painting-like inspirations, something more of a visual language to communicate. I felt that she fell short in that regard. But I don't want to undermine her abilities, because it's also because all other people have put a fantastic piece of work. So me saying that Chloe Zhao was the weakest link doesn't mean she's a bad director or anything. She just didn't meet the level all of the other people and departments have actually reached. But you know, there's this question also, if it was actually Chloe Zhao, which is highly probable, who actually chose the people she will work with, then it means she should be actually praised for getting those fantastic people she worked with. including but not limited to Paul Mescal, Jesse Buckley, and all of the departments of costumes and in general. I will cut it out. So yeah, I'm rambling a bit, but at the very end I would also like to have a note on the Nature of Daylight, which is score made already years ago by Max Richter, composer for this movie. And you know, I felt that On the Nature of Daylight can be a bit overused at this time, even if it's like one of the most beautiful works of music ever put, especially for cinema. You know, I really admire it. I think, one of the best for sure. And it works in a final scene, but not for me specifically, because I've watched Arrival with Amy Adams, and the same score was used in the climactic point of Arrival also, and I felt Arrival won that so-called battle. So, you know, if you haven't watched Arrival, then maybe it's better for you to watch Hamnet, because the ending is striking, really. And, you know, it's just me watching too many movies, probably, you know. So, yeah, there's that for today. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk, and yeah, see you later.